This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, sir. Okay, today class is about how to make the changes in the schema and the PCR with the effective date setting. Okay, how to make the continuous changes or change request maybe. With the effective date setting in PCR. Look at this. So this is the rule I've written yesterday. Okay. So this 250, earlier it was 200. Okay. Earlier it was 200. Now the client requirement is effective from June 2017. This has to be 250. So the better way is what? Maintain. Do not maintain direct value here. Maintain it in the table and then call it here. In the table you can delimit it. In the table you can delimit it. That's the easier way. So suppose if you have to delimit the PCRs, okay, how to do it? How many ways you can do it? Okay, how many ways you can do it? Look at this. Here this logic has to be executed. Okay. Yesterday we have VAKUI, right? VAKUI, ABP, MM. If you write it like this, so how do you write it? If it is 01 period, 02 period, old logic is applied, and 03, 04, 05, new logic is applied, right? Like this. Okay, I'm applying the old logic here. In the second month, May month also I'm applying the old logic. Other than April and May month, I'm applying the new logic. Will it work? Will it work? Is this change correct? Anybody? Is this correct? Will it work for all the cases? Observe this. It will work for the current year. Okay. When you go to 2018, what will happen? Again, you will get to first period, right? You are not querying the year here. Okay. What you are querying is a period number here. What you are querying is a period number. Okay. So this period number again repeated in the next year, right? So 2018 first period again 200 it will take, second period it will take 200, and again third to 12th period it takes 250. Okay, but this is not the change we wanted, right? Okay, let's say we have called year also. VAKUI, ABP, last two digits of the year. If it is 2017, 18, other than 2017 and 18. Okay, in 2017 I will apply like this. Okay, in 2018, what should we apply? See here, first if the year is 2017, then only I am checking the period. Then only I am checking the period. If the period is first period, apply the old rule. Second period, apply the old rule. Other than first and second, apply this rule, new rule. In 2018, do we need to query the period here again here? In entire 2018 and 19, okay, 19, the new rule is applied. Sorry. Okay, in 2018, the new rule is applied. So the change is what? This change rate of the change in the rate is effective from, okay, is effective from June 1st, 2017. When I say is effective from, so from here onwards, it will be 250 until this rate is again changed. Understood? But again, what is the drawback in this? Again, what is the drawback in this? It won't work for the 2016. It will go here. Okay, and where you have to write the old rule. Okay, old rule. You can write the old rule here. Let's say you have written it like this. Now, what will happen again? What if the year is 2019? Where it will go? It will go to star, right? So again, you need to add 19 here. Okay, like this every year you need to add continuously. Yes or no? Or else, if you want to add for 10 years, that's fine. Even after 10 years, again you will have to come back to this PCM. Clear? Okay, every year you have to change this rule. Okay, so VAKEY operation is not a right operation. Okay, to delimit the PCS. Clear? To delimit the PCS. Because if this is the case, it worked for 2017, it worked for 2018. But what about 2019? It will go here. 2016, again it will go here. So you can add 19 again, 20 again, 21 again. Okay, continuously every year you need to add the current year. Right? Okay, so let's learn a new operation. Let's learn a new operation. So VAKEY, okay, is not used for the delimitations. Is not used for the delimitations. What you can use is CMPR. Compare the current period number with means current period number with let's say 03. Current period. Means the period you are running the payroll. The period you are running the payroll. In the selection screen, you give a payroll area and show the period number, right? That period number is compared with the 03. Is compared with the 03. When it is less than, star means what? Greater than or equal to, right? When it is less than and greater than or equal to. Or you can write greater than equal to separately, no issues. Okay? Then what do? Write equal to 200. Divide amount with the rate, store it in the rate field. 0 equal to R, sorry, 0 equal to A. So if the period number is 01, 02, then old rule is applied. If the period number is equal to or greater than 03, equal to or greater than 03, then new rule is applied. So try this. I'm running the payroll for which month? First period, right? Means 01. 01 is compared with 03. Okay, there means 01, period number. Okay, this is a compared with 03. Where it will go? It will go to less than. So old rule is applied. Suppose I'm running for the third month. So here and here old rule is applied and here new rule is applied. So if you go to this, it is going to start. The new rule is applied. Clear? But it will work for what? It will work for again only current year. What about 2018? Okay. Again in 2018, period number 01, it will go to the first one. Period number 02, it will go to the first one. Right? So what you can do is, you can also query the year number here. Okay. How? After this. Same operation. CMPER JJ double J. J means year. Query on year if it is 2017. Okay. Last two digits of the year 2017. If it is less than, if it is greater than, if it is equal to. Okay. If it is less than, if it is less than, what I'm doing, sorry, equal to. If the year is 2017, then only I need to check the period. Then only I need to check the period. Because in 2017, 2 months, old rule is applied, remaining 10 months, new rule is applied. If it is 2018, where it will go? This JJ, the last two digits of year number is 18, it will go to greater than, right? When it is greater than, what rule is applied? New rule. Okay, new rule. If it is less than 2017, that means 2016, then the old rule is applied. Okay, check it. Okay, compare the last two digits of the year with the 17. With the 17, the last two digits of the payroll year you are running currently, okay, is compared against 17. When it is compared against 17, it can be lesser than, it can be greater than, it can be equal to. When it is equal to, I'm doing this. Greater than, I'm doing this. Less than, I'm doing this. Less than, old rule is applied. Greater than, new rule is applied. But when it is 2017, again I need to check the period number. Why? In 2017, 2 periods, old rule is applied, and the remaining 10 periods, new rule is applied. Let's see how does it work. Okay, so in this case, I don't need to change. Okay, I don't need to change the rule for 2018-19 again. After this, if this is the last two digits means JJ. Sorry. Here this two digits means MM. Okay, remember that. Look at this. It is going to equal to and then less than, because it's a second month. Second month is compared with the 03. It goes to less than. Okay, then calculate the rate with the old method. Okay, old method. Suppose if it is 3. Okay, it is going to star equal to. Equal to I have not written separately, so it goes to star. Star represents here what? Equal to or greater than, old new rule is applied. So this is one way of doing it. Okay, you can take the screenshot of this logic. This is one way of delimiting the rule. Okay, next. Instead of calling this CMPER twice. Okay, we can do it in a simple way. CMPER, if I maintain a 4 digits, the first 2 digits is a month, is a pay period number. The last 2 digits is a year number. Okay, year number. For example, 0317. Sorry. You read the documentation of this, you will understand it. So this I have explained, Now I am explaining this. The first 2 digits is a year, sorry. The first 2 digits is a year. Okay, the first 2 digits is the last 2 digits of current year. And the last 2 digits here is a period number. Okay, is a period number. So in a single line you can do it instead of writing twice. If it is the year 2017, 03, period number. So compare the period number with 1703. Compare the period you are running the payroll. Compare the period you are running the payroll with a 17 year and the 03 month. If it is less than, if it is greater than or equal to. If it is less than, if it is greater than or equal to. Okay.
How copy paste is working out there? You put a cursor on the less than, and then once it is also coming the line in the star also.
Where?
Did you copy paste or something? I mean, yeah, there you put in
you can use
something.
You can use copy paste, or else see if I want to copy this line here, right? Just click on enter. Okay, enter. Keep the cursor on this and enter again.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
See here, this is 1701, this is 1702, this is 1703. So when you compare 1701 with the 1703, it is less than, right? So in the PCR you have hard coded what 1703. Compare 1703 with current period. Current one is what 1701. So it is lesser than, right? It is lesser than. So when you go to this 1702, this 1702 is compared with 1703 in the PCR. Okay, it goes to less than. Yeah. So if you're running for the third period, okay, you see it goes to start because it's equal to, right? So in a single line you can do it. Okay. So when I'm using here, this is considered as a month period number, not month period number. When I'm using JJ here, that means these 2 digits considered as a year. Okay, year. Suppose if this is a change effective from the first of the month, you can simply query on the year. Okay, first month onwards, first pay period in the year, then you can simply query on the year. You don't need to call the period number. So always use CMPR in this format only, so that PCR can be simple. Okay, the PCR can be simple. So this is one way. Okay, this is one way. You can take the screenshot of this. This is another way. Okay, next. Look at this. Number operation. Using the number, into the number, I can send the current year. I can send the current year or current pay period number into the number and then compare. So it is like a comparing only again. Okay, how do I do it? So this is another syntax of the number. Okay, observe this. Okay, in this, you need to go to the second method only. Okay, second type, table fields. Okay, in the table fields. Okay, in the table fields, you need to scroll down for the system fields. Okay, for the system fields. So here the system fields, what system fields I can use? Okay, so it is basically number equal to y. That's what you need to find out. Okay, number equal to y and then remaining 5 digits. So here what are those 5 digits? Here you see current year. Okay, current period, CURYY, and then CURPP for period in the format NN. Okay, or ABPMM also you can use, but this is absolute. Say it is absolute. Okay, how do I make use of that? Look at this, number equal to y. Okay, CUR, I guess YY, right, to call the year. So what it does, current financial year, the current financial year you placed into the number field. The current financial year running the payroll, okay, is placed into the number field. What is the current financial year you are running the payroll? 2017, right? Okay, how do you know? Okay, this is not always 2017, it will be changed. So compare 2017, compare 2017. If it is less than, okay, if it is greater than, if it is equal to. So this from here to here, it is equal to what? CMPER JJ17. Simple. Okay, this logic from here to here, it is equal to CMPER space JJ, means financial year 17. Compare the current financial year with the period you are running, with the year you are running the payroll. Okay, it's the same thing. Now if it is less than, old logic is applied. Okay, if it is greater than, new logic is applied. Okay, so try this method also, don't ignore this. This methods will be used by some people. You need to understand what it is. Okay, Now here, I cannot directly write either this one or this one, because in 2017, two periods, first two periods apply old rule, the last two periods apply new rule. Okay, the last 10 periods apply new rule. So how do we write here? Again, same format. Number equal to y, CUR PP. Okay, CUR PP. And then compare the number with the period number 03. If it is less than, greater than or equal to. Okay, if it is less than, greater than or equal to. Sorry, this is A. We need to remove amount, not the rate. I'll correct it. Okay. Now currently number also placed in the number field, right? Here you are taking some value into the number field and you don't want to see the number also in the output. You can delete number as well. You keep the only rate in the output. Okay. So take the screenshot of this approach as well. Let's try if it is working or not. So again, you are overwriting the number here, okay, with a new value, and you are comparing that. So what it takes, the period you are running, the payroll period number you are running will be placed in the number field, and that period you are comparing with the 03. That period you are comparing with the 03. Okay. Done. So try this. So when I call y CUR YY, then it will take this number into the number field. How do I know if it has taken that same value or not? See, it is going to equal to one way. The second way, you can give a print after this operation and verify it. And you can give a print operation, so it is going to less. Old logic is applied. Okay, so this is equal to CMPER JJ. This is equal to CMPER MM. CMPER MM. Okay, so it's the same thing. Now, look at the third period. Okay, it is going to start new value. So this is one way. You're taking the screenshot, guys, for your practice.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see the next method. Yesterday I have used a constant, right? I'm using the same constant now. Whenever you want to delimit something in the rule, I'm going to SM30. Okay, table v underscore t511k. So I can maintain a constant in this table and call it in the rule. Call it in the rule. Currently the value is 0. Okay, it doesn't have a value. It doesn't have a value. Okay, now I delimit this. I delimit this. Okay, effective from 01/06/2017, and I put the value 1. Okay, I put the value 1. Now you see, there are two values. Prior to 2017 June month, it is a 0. Okay, 2017 June onwards, it is 1. So I can make use of this number. Okay, here. So look at this number equal to, how do I call it? K. K means refer to T511K table. Z delimit, constant name Z delimit, and compare this value with 0. Okay, if it is equal to, okay, if it is not equal to, if it is equal to, what rule is applied? Old rule is applied. If it is not equal to, what rule is applied? New rule is applied. Okay, so when it will go to star, when you are running the payroll for the June month, because in the June month this constant value will be what? 1. 1 means it will go to star. In April and May month, it will go to, the value of this constant is what? 0. It will go to this one and the old value is applied. See, it is going to 0, right? Because the constant is 0 in the month of April. Okay, again in May month. Again it is 0 in the June month. Okay, it is going to start. So this is another way of setting a effective date changes. Okay, I'm not saying only these methods. You may find another method. You may find another method. Okay. So within a PCR, if you have to make, okay, if you have to delimit something, this is the approach. This is within the PCR. Okay. So take the screenshot of this approach. So this constant K means T511K. Okay. So second variant of number operation I'm explaining. In one place I have used Y. Y means some of the system fields. You can read what fields we have there. K means constant table, T511K table. Okay, these are the two variants I have used here. Okay, took the screenshot, this method. Next, how do we delimit? How do we delimit the things in the schema level? Okay, schema level. Suppose I'm using this rule. Okay, I'm using this rule. So there is something calculated here. What is that? Waste type 1000. Okay, waste type 1000 is calculated. Okay, now if this rule is deactivated, this waste type 1000 is not calculated. Waste type 1000 is not calculated. Now client say this PCR or this waste type has to be generated only until May 2017. Okay, only until May 2017. Effective from May 2017 or effective from June 2017. Okay, this waste type should not be generated, or technically this PCR should not be executed. Okay, the waste type should not be generated means this PCR should not be executed. Effective from when? Effective from 2017 June month. So this thing you can do it in the PCR also. Okay, so here we want to learn how to do the delimitations in the schema level. Okay, how to do the delimitations in the schema level. So this rule has to be executed. This rule has to be executed only if the period is lesser than 1703. Period number is lesser than 1703. So I'm going to use the same logics here, whatever we have covered so far, nothing new. Okay, so I'm using the if condition here, simple. If and if. Okay, execute if the period is lesser than 17 or 2017 03. Okay, now using a if, wait guys, I'll get water. Okay, so I want to do the delimitations in the schema level. So I'm using the if function here. So this is one of the commonly used method. Okay, the rule is what? If whenever you are using a if condition, the outcome is what? Either true or false. Either true or false, right? If it is true, then only it goes into the loop and executes something. If it is false, then directly end if will be executed. Okay, if the condition is true, then this rule is executed. If the condition is false, directly end if without executing this PCR. So my rule is condition should be true. Condition should be true if the period is lesser than 2017-03. So the condition is true, then this rule is executed. If this condition is false, then it goes to end if directly. Okay, check if you can write, or if any standard given parameters can be used. Okay, here in these parameters to query the same thing, to check the same thing, check if you can use the standard given parameters. How do you know? Go to documentation. So in the parameter 2, there are many things given. You can check all these things in the parameter. See, using this you can only query the year. You cannot query the period number. Okay, you can only query the year. Okay, so it doesn't help because we need a period also. And I don't know whether this can be used in India again, this parameter. We need to check that as well. And check is there any operation in the period so that you can put if nested if conditions. Okay, so none of this are useful to us. None of these are useful to us. Okay, we have a parameter to query the year number, but we don't have a parameter to query the period number. Okay, it doesn't help us. Okay, it doesn't help us. So anything, suppose if you are unable to find in this list. Okay, if you are unable to find in this list, then you can write your own rule for it. Okay, you can write your own rule for it and put the true or false condition there in the rule. Okay, I cannot make use any one of this parameter appeared here. So I will write my own rule here and I insert it here. Okay, this rule is going to check the condition what I need and then tell whether the condition is true or not to the function. Okay, so let's see that now. Whenever you are writing any PCR for the if function, this will be always started with a star because 3 and 1 will not be there. We are not executing the base types here. Okay, when you are not executing any base types, it is always 4 stars you use. Okay, this is not an input table you are calling the base type from, right? Okay, you are not writing this rule for calling the base types. It is for checking the true or false conditions. So simple, the same operations you can use here, right? CMP year, whatever operations I have explained now. CMP year 1703, if it is less than, and then start. So if it is less than, the condition should be true. If it is star, the condition should be false. If it is less than, how do we define condition is true? You need to tell it, right? You need to tell the condition for the if function. So set the condition, SCOND. Set the condition to true for the if function. Okay, set the condition to true for if function. So you are learning this operation also today. SCOND. Set the condition to true. Set the condition to false. Set the condition to false for the if function. Okay, set the condition to false for the if function. So this PCR you are writing only to check true or false conditions. So this condition is not there in the parameter 2, so you have written a rule. If this condition is already there in the parameter 2, you do not have to write a rule. Put the parameter 2 value there. Okay, respective value, it works. Okay, so any question in this? This is the syntax of setting a condition. Set the condition equal to true. Okay, if. Okay. So insert that PCR here. Okay, insert that PCR here. Check. Executing it. See, it is executed, means condition must be true. Check. Right? This is executed because I want to process this rule only until May month. After May month, this rule should not be executed. Okay, condition is true, executed. If you go to this month, look at this. Condition became false, so that rule will not be executed. So here onwards, this rule is never executed because the period numbers will be equal to or greater than only right from here. Okay, so take the screenshot of this rule and then practice. So how to delimit something in the schema level? Okay, this is the most useful method. Is it done? Next one. See, the same logics I'm applying, same CMPR here, again same constant method. Number equal to okay, ZDELI, delimit constant. Number compare with a 0 when it is equal to, not equal to. When it is equal to what? Condition is true. The same thing I have written in the rule, right? Earlier. So when it is not equal to what? Condition is false. Okay, condition is false. Executed because condition become true. Okay, here in the processing you can see the condition become true. Full executed and condition true and okay. Here not it's executed.
Then we have to change as false. It is true there actually.
Oh, sorry, I didn't change it. Right. You must not leave. Okay, here. Suppose if you think you are setting only true condition, but when it comes to here, okay, when the logic comes here, it will not know whether it is true or false. It will give an error. So every branch of this PCR, which is inserted with the if function, every branch must end with either true or false condition. Remember it. Okay, take the screenshot. This also will work. Okay, again, you can call that year YCURYY and the period and put the conditions. Another method. So the same operations you are using there in the PCR delimitations, you are using the same thing here. Number equal to Y, CUR, YY. Okay, number compared with 2017. Or you cannot equal to. Condition to false. Less than, sorry, condition to true. Greater than either false. But if the year is 2017, then again I need to check. So writing like this is lengthier, right? Okay. I just want to tell you how to read the current year and current period number into the year. Not executed. Executed. Done. One more way. Here, let's say the rule where step has to be generated, but with a different logic. The where step has to be generated effective from June, but with a different logic. So you have to write a different PCR for it. Okay. One way is you remove the if condition. You can write both the logics in this by delimiting again using a previous method. PCR delimitation cheptanu kada. Okay. Within the same PCR you can write it. Or if you are writing in a two PCRs, then what you have to do? You put else here. Okay, you put else here. What it says? If the period number is less than 2017-03, then it goes here. Else means what? Greater than, right? Then you write a new rule here with a new logic. Copy of ZT05 no AB. Okay, you can write a new rule. So what is that new rule? This is a new rule, right? Okay, so you insert that here. So the same client requirement, I have done it in this way. If the period number is lesser than this, then the old rule is applied where the rate is divided by or amount is divided by what? Amount is divided by 200. If the period number is okay greater than or equal to 2017, it goes to else. Automatically it goes to else. Check it. See, it is going to old logic, right? Here also it is going to old logic. But if it is third month, it is going to new logic. Old one is not executed. So this is another way of doing it. Okay, another way of doing the delimitation of the logics or effective, keeping the effective date setting in the rules. Keeping the effective date setting in the rules. Then, so you practice and show me the screenshot of this requirement. Okay, what is this? This where step 1000 is to be generated only in Feb in yeah. So this wage stub is to be generated with the formula basic salary divided by $29. Okay, this wage stub is to be generated with the amount 29 only in the Feb month in leap year. This is your assignment. Okay, how do you find out which year is a leap year? I don't want you to hardcore the years using VAKUI operation or using CMPER operation. You should not use VAKUI, you should not use CMPER, both. But I want this thing to be done. Okay, so in the February month, only if it is a leap year, in the February month, this rule has to be executed and then generate with a day value, 1 day value. Okay, show me this. Whoever has written it, send the screenshot to WhatsApp. I'm not going to explain anyway. I'm not going to correct you also. You need to learn it on your own. Any questions so far? Any question? Okay, let's take the session tomorrow also.